both on the ground and in the air. Musk's invention has turned out to be an unexpected lifeline for Ukraine following Russia's invasion. What is this innovation, and how is it able to bring down Russian aircraft? Is Musk now developing technological weapons? You can only find out if you stay tuned. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will be taking a look at how Elon Musk just destroyed Russia's best aircraft. Make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future uploads from your #1 channel about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and much more. Let's get started. The Ukraine Army's Aerorozvidka drone unit has been utilizing drones to track the movements of the Russian invaders and find the whereabouts of tanks and other important assets. Once a drone pilot locates a tank or command vehicle, they can either report it to another drone pilot flying a drone with an anti-tank grenade, or they can destroy it on their own. They target the convoy's most valuable truck directly and attack it with pinpoint accuracy because they know how to do it well with little collateral damage. Based on recent reports of drone transfers being made to the Ukrainian army, Aerorozvidka likely has hundreds of thousands of drones. These drones range in size from big professional drones that have been modified to drop anti-tank grenades to high-end professional drones equipped with thermal sensors to off-the-shelf consumer drones like the DJI Mini. This specialized air reconnaissance squad carries out up to 300 drone operations each day using these aircraft. Additionally, many of these forays are performed at night when Russian tanks must remain stationary and are exposed to focused aerial attacks. So you might be wondering, was it Musk that made the drones? Not at all. Musk is so caught up in Tesla and SpaceX, so he's probably not thinking of a tech weapon. Even though he was the one that developed the drones, these drones can't work without him. To be precise, these drones would not be able to attack Russian aircraft, tankers, or command vehicles successfully without Musk's innovation. The Elon Musk innovation we are talking about is Starlink. This technology uses a group of table-sized satellites that can beam down high-speed internet connectivity while flying as low as 130 miles above Ukraine. The internet is accessible in Ukraine thanks to Elon Musk's satellites. The Ukraine military can utilize Starlink to direct drones and attack Russian tanks and positions, despite the fact that it was originally intended as a civilian tool. Ukrainian drones have used Starlink to dump explosives on Russian aircraft and forward positions. According to British media, the Ukrainian army successfully employs Starlink for drone attacks on Russian tanks and positions. Starlink is especially important from a military standpoint in places with poor infrastructure and no internet access. The aerial reconnaissance unit, Aerorozvidka, uses Starlink to track and coordinate unmanned aerial vehicles, allowing soldiers to fire anti-tank weaponry with pinpoint accuracy and even target Russian planes. According to The Telegraph, only the system's high data rates can offer the necessary level of reliable connection. Every day, the Aerorozvidka crew launches roughly 300 flights to gather information. According to the newspaper, attacks are then carried out at night because the drones, some of which are outfitted with infrared cameras, are nearly invisible in low light, along with targeting the Russian military. Starlink has aided in enhancing communication within Ukraine. The encrypted satellites have allowed residents in besieged cities close to the Russian border to communicate with loved ones. The president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, often updates his millions of social media followers thanks to Musk's network and holds Zoom talks with world leaders like French President Emmanuel Macron and US President Joe Biden. Overall, Ukraine's use of the satellite network both for military and civilian purposes has prevented Russia's attempts to cut off the Eastern European nation from the outside world, delivering Kyiv a much-needed victory over Moscow in a conflict that shows no signs of coming to an end. The Ukraine crisis has also given Musk and SpaceX's new satellite network a real-world test drive, whetting the curiosity of many Western forces. The company's ability to send thousands of backpack-sized satellite stations to the war-torn nation within days and keep them operational, despite more sophisticated attacks from Russian hackers, has impressed commanders. Vice Prime Minister of Ukraine, Mikhailo Fedorov, told Politico, "We've got more than 11,000 Starlink stations, and they help us in our everyday fight on all the fronts. We're ready, even if there is no light, no fixed internet, through generators using Starlink to renew any connection in Ukraine." Star Wars: Battle for the Sky. The importance of satellite communication in the ongoing conflict in Eastern Europe is recognized by more than just Ukraine. According to US, EU, and UK intelligence reports, the Kremlin successfully hacked Viasat, an American satellite provider whose network was used by the Ukrainian military to communicate with frontline troops, just an hour before Russian troops launched their full-scale assault in the early hours of February 24th. The cyber attack that crippled the nation's military communications and also disconnected thousands of other internet users throughout Europe accelerated talks between Kyiv and SpaceX that were scheduled to begin in early 2022 to bring the satellite network to the nation. The leadership of Zelensky has grasped the importance of internet connection for both the military and citizens in the impending war. Soldiers required a reliable way to stay in touch during the fog of war, and Starlink has provided that even against the much dangerous fighter aircrafts. SpaceX, which plans to launch more than 40,000 satellites into low Earth orbit over the next few years, swiftly placed about 50 satellites in a location where they could be used in the Eastern European country. The rollout was slowed down by red tape, notably the requirement for formal government clearance to turn on the system. Then, Russia launched an assault. Fedorov, the Vice Prime Minister of Ukraine, who also serves as the nation's digital minister, tweeted directly at Musk on February 26, 2 days after the invasion, urging him to deploy Starlink equipment right away. The initial delivery of the package happened 2 days after. What's so special about Starlink? The usage of commercial satellite services on the battlefield is not exclusive to Starlink. During the first Gulf War, the US military used private networks to its advantage, a strategy that has become commonplace in war zones worldwide. The system's capacity to withstand Russian strikes sets Starlink apart from other low-orbit satellite networks, such as a rival early-stage initiative from Amazon. The current generation of low-orbit satellites is dependent on many more satellites operating in a constellation than the old high-orbit satellites, which fly thousands of miles above the planet, hovering over one location on the ground and beaming down radio signals. Due to the requirement for an attacker to simultaneously identify all satellites to bring down the entire system, such design makes it more challenging, if not impossible, to take offline. Due to the ability of each device's computer code to be swiftly modified in reaction to potential attacks, Starlink is also more versatile than alternatives. Musk claimed last month that Russian cyber attacks on his network were ramping up. SpaceX frequently updates its code to stay one step ahead of Moscow. According to Todd E. Humphreys, a University of Texas academic who has studied Starlink's inner workings and advised SpaceX and the US military, the system's encryption technology has also proven to be more durable than many had anticipated. Musk's satellite system offers a paradigm shift in how satellites can be deployed and used in conflict zones, when combined with the network's other incremental technological advancements, such as offering high-speed internet from space that rivals people's home broadband networks. How the Starlink equipment arrived in Ukraine is clouded in mystery and rumors, just like everything involving enigmatic billionaire Elon Musk, whose business interests range from Tesla, the electric car behemoth, to a potential offer for Twitter, the social network. The South African-born internet billionaire, who has gotten into arguments with people on social media and gone afoul of banking regulators, briefly texted Ukrainian lawmaker Fedorov just after the first equipment started arriving in Kyiv. He also communicated with Zelensky through Zoom while using Starlink to discuss the deployment and promised to visit Ukraine as soon as the conflict was resolved. In public statements, the company said funding for the satellite communication system in Ukraine, which was estimated to be around $15 million, with each satellite receiver, known as Dishy McFlatface, costing $499 apiece, came almost exclusively from private sources. SpaceX has pledged to pay for all internet access, that for those outside Ukraine costs $110 a month. Musk's backing of Ukraine is seen as an act of aggression by the Kremlin. The director of the Russian space agency Roscosmos, Dmitry Rogozin, referred to Starlink's operations as interference. What are your thoughts about Elon's intervention in the Russian-Ukraine war? Let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, fellow tech fanatics. Before you go and watch another video, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. See you in the next one.